Live from Rockabillys Stadium in Jackson, Tennessee. It's the Jackson Rockabillys playing host tonight to Full Count Rhythm of Hendersonville, Tennessee. Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Beverly here from Rockabillys Stadium, and we're looking forward to a great night. We had a crowd that was actually in line somewhere around about 5:45 this afternoon, so they are continuing to fill up this place, and we should have a good turnout for the Rockabillys, who are still 10-0, undefeated at home for the season. Here we go. Let's run down your starting lineups for tonight. For Full Count Rhythm, the right fielder, Jacob Tobias, batting first. Joe Watkins is your center fielder, batting second. Jackson Cawthron is the catcher. He's batting third. In the cleanup spot is Parker McDonald, the shortstop. Jacob Roud is the designated hitter. He'll be batting fifth, and hitting sixth, Andrew Hunt, the left fielder. Ramey Harrison is the second baseman. He's batting seventh, and hitting eighth is Drew Charney. He's the first baseman, and batting ninth, Aiden Gibson, the third baseman. And the pitcher for Full Count Rhythm is Colton Reagan. He is a right-hander, 6'4", 190 pounds, from Lebanon, Tennessee. For the undefeated at home Rockabillys, here are your starters for tonight. Batting first, playing right field, is John Loringer. He is a junior from Oakland University. Jackson Blemler, a junior from the University of Illinois Springfield, is the second baseman. He'll be in the second spot. Batting third is Matt Houston. He's a sophomore from Navarro College. He's the catcher. The shortstop, Merrick Carter. He's a sophomore from Alabama Huntsville, and he'll be in the cleanup position. Stan King is the first baseman, batting fifth. He's a redshirt junior from Arizona Christian. Gunnar Bingham, sophomore from Murray State's playing center field. He'll be batting sixth. TJ Rockerbaumer, he is the junior from Emporia State, and he's the designated hitter. Julian Jimenez is the junior from Utah Valley. He's batting eighth and playing left field. And batting ninth, Trent Lawrence, redshirt sophomore from Morningside University, and he is the third baseman. And on the mound tonight for the Rockabillys is a junior from the University of Mobile, Trey Watson. He's a big guy, 6'4", 230 pounds, a lot of power on the mound, and he will be hurling for the Rockabillys. I'm sitting in tonight for Alexander Bitterling, and Alexander is enjoying a fine weekend, and I am very, very hopeful that we can bring you an entertaining game tonight. The Rockabillys dropped a game on the road last night to FCR, but they hope to gain revenge for that tonight and keep this unbeaten string alive. Alexander told me, he said, now you don't be the one that is responsible for breaking the string out here. And considering the fact that I have known Alexander for several years, I've promised him to do my best, but that is all I can do at that point. But we're glad to have all of you aboard this evening. It is a warm one here at Rockabillys Stadium. It got up to 94 today in the hub city of West Tennessee, and it is going to be, when the first pitch is thrown out, even though we're beginning to get a lot of the shadows from behind the stadium, it is going to be 91 degrees, and it is humid. So I can tell you it is going to be a night that some of these guys will lose a couple of pounds out there. But we're looking forward to it. Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz Sports Network, and all of you who are watching on Prospect League TV, we are glad to have you aboard tonight. This is Leaders Credit Union night out at the ballpark, and we are just seeing a lot of souvenirs out here all over the place. The umpires are waiting, and we are going to have the Star Spangled Banner shortly. But right now, let's take a break, and we'll come back for the first pitch of tonight's game.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
A damaged electronic device typically costs hundreds or even thousands of dollars to replace. But we're here to show you that there's a better way. CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. Our knowledgeable technicians have experience working with all types of smartphones, tablets, computers and laptops, MP3 players, gaming consoles, and even other electronic gadgets like drones and more. CPR, we save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local. Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Where the day starts with laughter in local shops and ends under the stars with live music. That's Jackson, Tennessee. It's a place where every moment is an invitation to explore, to connect, to be part of something bigger. Jackson isn't just a destination. It's where stories are written, memories in the making.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. CPR specializes in cracked screen replacement and repair, water damage, data recovery and transfer, camera repair, battery issues, component replacement, and more. CPR, we save your mobile life.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 1 million views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,700 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, South Gibson County, USJ, TCA, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
If you're looking to upgrade your device without breaking the bank, CPR can help you with that as well. Our stores carry a wide variety of certified pre-owned tablets, laptops, and smartphones, including all of the latest Apple and Samsung models. Financing is available for qualified customers. Our Y-certified technicians are ready to assist you, and our limited lifetime warranty is the best in the industry. And with hundreds of stores across the U.S., you never have to look far for fast, efficient electronic device repair. CPR, we save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
And the national anthem has been completed. And now we are ready to go with Rockabillys action tonight.
She's here for the play ball call with Greg Emerson. Give it to us, Greg.
Play ball!
Now I'm going to tell you, you got a youngster there who can just let it fly with play ball, and I can tell you when you get them hooked that early on baseball, it is fantastic. And taking his warm-up tosses, Colton Regan, the pitcher. 6'4", 190 pounds from Lebanon, Tennessee. I know we have a lot of the family members of these players for both teams who are listening in tonight and watching here from Jackson, Tennessee. We're glad to have you all aboard. Regan is a power pitcher, and so they will probably be seeing a lot of fastballs from him tonight. He also has a good curve and a slider. And the fans are continuing to trickle in here to Rockabillys Stadium, and this is the first Friday night telecast of the season that we have had, and this is, I think it is going to be fantastic. They are still coming in the front gate, and there are just piles of fans that are just packed like sardines in a can trying to get down to their seats right now. So we should be hearing, and it also is a fireworks night here at the ballpark. And I know the fans here locally would love to be able to see the Rockabillys hit a few over the Blue Monster tonight. And standing in, the leadoff hitter now for Full Count Rhythm, Jacob Tobias. He's the right fielder. And we're about set to go with this Friday night baseball from Jackson, Tennessee. And here's the wind and the pitch. Outside for a ball. Of course, Trey Watson from the University of Mobile, a junior, and you'll see a lot from him. And he got him to go around on that fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. A lot of these young men, this is a great opportunity for them to play in the Prospect League and to get some outstanding innings in here before they have to return to school. And that one is right down in there for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And let's see what Tobias gets right here. The wind and the pitch, and he got him to go around. First strikeout of the game for Trey Watson. Checking in now is Joe Watkins, the center fielder. So that's always a huge confidence builder for somebody like Watson to be able to get that first batter to go down on strikes and particularly get him swinging. He fires and gets another one. He's got his good fastball tonight so far. No balls and a strike. Just underway here from Jackson, Tennessee. And the pitch. And that one, a nice slider. That dipped away from him, and it is no balls and 2 strikes. He has gotten ahead of these first 2 hitters nicely. The catcher, Jackson Cawthron, will be next for the Rhythm. And here comes the 0-2. Up high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gets the signal he wants. And he's ready. The wind and the pitch. And a ground ball that is going to get by the third baseman into left field for, he's going to actually make it in for 2. So he grinds it in there for a double on a 1-2 count. So Watkins, the game's first base runner, with a double into left field, and here comes Jackson Cawthron, the catcher. That was a hot shot into just past the third baseman, and it went into left field and allowed the runner, it was a slow roller, and allowed the runner to get to second. There's a high foul. That one's going to be back up in the stands. Your cell phone repair foul ball, and we'll see many of those tonight. And you saw the guy who managed to come away with it. No balls and 1 strike. Cawthorn will be followed by the shortstop, Parker McDonald. And here's the pitch. Down low. A ball and a strike. One out here in the top half of the first inning and a runner on second. You see him right there, Joe Watkins. And here's the pitch. That one dips a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike. And there's one thing about it. A night at the ballpark is so much fun for people, even if it is at 90 degrees when the game starts. We think it'll drop about 10 degrees by the time we hit 9 o'clock, and that one dips low again. 3 balls and a strike. As we say, Watson is a tall drink of water, 6'4", 230 pounds. His counterpart, Regan, comes in at 6'4", 190. Here's your 3-1. And that fouled off his foot, and you can tell that smarts just from the moment it hit. That was like being at the Lift Wellness Center and you're doing laps around the top level, and suddenly your rear back and the back of your hand hits that railing, and it can smart. And the reason I bring that up is because I did just that today. Full count, runner on second. Watson getting ready to deliver. High fly ball, it's into short center field. Center fielder under it and takes it for out number 2. Good job of staying with that, particularly with the shadows we have right now by Gunnar Bingham. Here's Parker McDonald, the shortstop. And McDonald does have power. And he'd probably settle to get a single just to get a run in here in the first inning. Looks the runner back to second, and the pitch is up high for a ball. And they are still filing their way in here to Rockabillys Stadium tonight. This is a great crowd. He looks the runner again at second and fires. High fly ball. First baseman is tagging over and can't quite get to it. It's up in about the third row over on the first base side. Stan King gave it a good run, but just out of his reach. So McDonald stands back in. 2 down here in the top half of the first. Very patient on the mound, and the wind and the pitch. And just inside, 2 balls and a strike. And I'm seeing a few people up here in these lower seats that I happen to know. It's good to see them out in the ballpark tonight. The 2-1. Outside. No, it caught the corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Your Worthy Road Studios crew bringing you all of the action all over the stadium tonight. And your director is Christopher Reasons. Taking a lot of time before this 2-2 pitch. McDonald's ready. Watson's ready. And now McDonald stands out. Now he gets back in there. So we'll rewind the tape again for another 2-2. Here's the pitch. And he got him swinging. Second strikeout for Trey Watson, and that's out number 3. So in the top half of the first, it was no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We've completed a half inning, and your score is full count rhythm, nothing, and the Rockabillys just now coming into bat.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
A damaged electronic device typically costs hundreds or even thousands of dollars to replace. But we're here to show you that there's a better way. CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. Our knowledgeable technicians have experience working with all types of smartphones, tablets, computers and laptops, MP3 players, gaming consoles, and even other electronic gadgets like drones and more. CPR, we save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Back we are as the Rockabillys getting ready to stand in for their half of the first inning. It'll be John Loringer, the right fielder, Jackson Blimler, the second baseman, and Matt Houston, the catcher. And on the mound for full count rhythm, it's Colton Regan, the 6'4", 190-pounder from Lebanon, Tennessee. And they got the music playing and got the polka all around the stadium tonight. And Regan taking his warm-up tosses. And we are about set to go. Loringer is a junior from Oakland University, and he's 5'11", 180 pounds. He's an excellent leadoff hitter, and he's also equally adept when he gets on the bases. And he's right down on the end of that bat, and that one's in there for a strike. Now, Reagan has a variety of pitches. He has a very good fastball. And you just saw it right there, and it's fouled back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes, so he's quickly ahead of his first hitter. And I'm continuing to see, I keep telling you this because it's true, we are just seeing more and more folks who are standing in there, and he took a called third strike for out 1. And the concession areas are just full of folks. So I know that the Rockabillys appreciate this great turnout tonight. And here is the left-hander, Jackson Blimler, a junior from Illinois Springfield, and that one's down low for a ball. And the second baseman, he's 5'9" and is 170 pounds. And Regan fires up high, 2 balls and no strikes. And the shadows have just about covered the infield, but it's still some bright sunlight in right and center field that could give you some trouble with a fly ball. But we have virtually no wind tonight, so that's not going to be a factor. And he went around on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Summer definitely, even though it's not officially here until next week, summer definitely upon us now because of that 94-degree day we had today, and it's going to be worse tomorrow. Ground ball to second, and he fires on to first and nails him for out number 2. Yeah, you can tell when suddenly you walk outside in about 3 minutes, you feel like you've been in a sauna, that summer has made an early greeting to us here, and that has definitely been the case the last 2 days. We're expecting 97, 98 during the course of the next couple of days here in Jackson. And not a lot of relief next week. Here's the wind and the pitch, and there's a long drive to center field, but the center fielder takes about 3 steps in reverse and nails it for out number 3. So for the Rockabillys, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We've completed an inning and we have no score.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Where the day starts with laughter in local shops and ends under the stars with live music. That's Jackson, Tennessee. It's a place where every moment is an invitation to explore, to connect, to be part of something bigger. Jackson isn't just a destination. It's where stories are written, memories in the making.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
And here we are with the top half of the second inning. And scheduled in for full count rhythm, the designated hitter, Jacob Rauld, Andrew Hunt, the left fielder, and Ramey Harrison, the second baseman. They managed to get a double in the first inning, but they were not able to get the runner home, and so good job of pitching out of that one. Not really a full-blown jam for Trey Watson. And Rauld stands in. And here's the pitch. Down low for a ball. The right-hander has pretty good control, and as we saw in the first inning, he's got a fastball that when it's humming, it is hard to be able to tack it. And there's a short hopper to a 2-hopper to the second baseman. Has to fire it underhanded and does for out number 1. Good job of staying with that ball by Jackson Blemler. Andrew Hunt, the left fielder. No runs on 1 hit so far for the Rhythm. And the wind, and that one's in there. A nasty little curve for strike 1. And they have changed the ruling on that double that Watkins had. They have ruled that an error on the third baseman, so it's officially not a hit. They've just posted that on the scoreboard. And here's the pitch. Got it right down in there for strike 3. So Hunt goes down looking, and here comes Ramey Harrison, the second baseman. And so far, Trey Watson looks to really have his stuff here tonight. As we've told you, it's a 10-0 record for the Rockabillys at home, and I know this big crowd that's turned out tonight, they want to see it make it number 11 tonight, right down in there for strike one. Harrison is very fast on the base paths. He has a significant number of extra base hits so far in the young season, and he tried to get one in, did. It's a fair ball, and it is going down the right field line. Right fielder coming over and fires it into the second baseman, so that is a legitimate double. That was a barn burner that was just out of the reach of Stan King. And a good throw back to the infield by John Loringer. So once again, you got a runner on second. So Harrison is there, and the left-hander, he just powered that one, and it was a blue darter. That brings up Drew Charney, the first baseman. So that is officially the first hit of the game. Watson looks the runner at second. As we mentioned, Harrison is very fast. Oh, on the inside. He had to dart away from that one. A ball and no strikes. Watson very deliberate on the mound between pitches. And he fires. And gets that one to dip, a ball and a strike. Gibson is the third baseman for full count rhythm. And Watson again paying attention to his runner, and that one's a bit low. 2 balls and a strike with 2 down and a runner on here in the top half of the second inning. Watson winds and delivers, and that's a slow roller to the shortstop. He's going to fire long on to first. He raises up high to snag it for out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit. It was a double. No errors, and 1 man left on base. So we've completed an inning and a half, and we still have no score.
CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. CPR specializes in cracked screen replacement and repair, water damage, data recovery and transfer, camera repair, battery issues, component replacement, and more. CPR. We save your mobile life.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 1 million views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,700 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, South Gibson County, USJ, TCA, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Mascot for the Rockabillys has made his debut here at the ballpark tonight. The kids love him. And here in the bottom half of the second, the shortstop Merrick Carter, Stan King the first baseman, and Gunnar Bingham the center fielder will be up to the plate. Merrick is a sophomore from Alabama Huntsville. And he does have power. Merrick 6'2" and 195 pounds. Reagan set him down in order in the top half of the first. That one goes down into the dirt. No damage, nobody on. A ball and no strikes. And the left-hander stands back in. And Regan fires. Got it in there on the corner for strike one. He works a little bit faster than his counterpart Watson does for the Rockabillys. Way outside, 2 balls and a strike. These two teams had a big offensive game last night in Hendersonville. And here's the wind and the pitch, and a high fly ball that is going into short left field, and the left fielder is under it and takes it for out number 1. Andrew Hunt snagging it. Here's Stan King. He's a redshirt junior from Arizona Christian. He's a significant way away from his college exploits, the first baseman. 6-footer, 215 pounds. And he's definitely packed. The pitch, and that one's fouled off to the screen. No balls and a strike. And there's a lot of folks who are still just lined up in 2s and 3s at the concession area right now. That's outside for a ball. And a lot of folks are just hanging up around the railing right now and haven't gone to their actual seats. Regan winds and delivers. And he goes around on that one. Ball and 2 strikes. And here comes the 1-2. And just got a piece of it. So we'll re-rack and do another 1-2 pitch. Seeing a lot of kids out here tonight. And Regan winds and delivers. And that one's right down in there for call, strike 3. I'm not sure how happy King was with that call, but it was right in there. And here comes Gunnar Bingham, the sophomore from Murray State. And of those in the lineup tonight, he's probably closer to home than anybody. Bingham is the center fielder. Rockabilly still haven't been able to get a base runner tonight. And he fouled that one off significantly up into the stands. And see a number of people, even though the sun has gone down behind the clouds, a lot of people were shielding their eyes for that one. No balls and a strike with 2 down here in the second. Way down in the dirt, but nobody on, no damage. A ball and a strike. And I was out in the parking lot about 5:45 as I was coming up in here to the booth, and there were already people with car tags from all over West Tennessee, several different counties. So we're glad to have all of you aboard here tonight. Here's the pitch. And that one's a grounder foul down the first base line. A ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs and nobody on. And remember, we'll be here again tomorrow evening with Saturday night baseball, and we'll look forward to having you with us, but better yet, be out here in person. The wind, the 1-2. And that one's a slow grounder, a 3-hopper to the second baseman who fires on to first. A close one, but he is out for out number 3. So once again, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We've completed 2, and we still have no score.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
If you're looking to upgrade your device without breaking the bank, CPR can help you with that as well. Our stores carry a wide variety of certified pre-owned tablets, laptops, and smartphones, including all of the latest Apple and Samsung models. Financing is available for qualified customers. Our Y certified technicians are ready to assist you, and our limited lifetime warranty is the best in the industry. And with hundreds of stores across the U.S., you never have to look far for fast, efficient electronic device repair. CPR, we save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
And the BallGame Blitz Sports Network getting ready to bring you the top half of the 3rd inning. We'll go down to the bottom of the order with Aiden Gibson, the 3rd baseman. He'll be followed by Jacob Tobias and Joe Watkins for full count rhythm. No runs on 1 hit and no errors for full count, and for the Rockabillys. And it's a bunt that's going to be hard to get him, but he fires on the first. Excellent play by Trey Watson. He went down to his knee and fired that one on to first, and that's a difficult chore to do. It is priceless what you have when you have a good fielding pitcher, and Watson just demonstrated that. We go back up to the top of the order with Jacob Tobias, the right fielder. He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. And here's the pitch. Just missed. A ball and no strikes. And Watson delivers. High fly ball. Second baseman trailing it. And takes it one-handed. That seemed to have hang time of about 9 seconds, and he nailed it for out number 2. Good job of staying with that. And one thing that helps is that the shadows are there that are making it a little bit easier to pick up the balls, and it was a good job by Jackson Blemley. And that brings up Joe Watkins, the center fielder. He reached base on a 2-base error back in the 1st inning. Watson very calm and collected out on the mound. Not a whole lot rattles this guy. And he fires right down in there for a strike. And the wind and the pitch. Down low, a ball and 2 strikes. 2 down here in the top half of the 3rd, and we have zipped right along so far, barely a half hour into this one. And he fires, and that's going to be a one-hopper to the 3rd baseman. Makes the long throw, but it gets away. He would not have gotten him anyway. The very, very fast Watkins managed to get down to first. Now, I'm not going to second-guess the official score, but he would have beaten that out. So if I was the official scorer, I'd give him a hit, and they do. Yeah, even though the throw got away, that speed is what gave him that base hit. So he's been on base twice. Now here is Jackson Cawthorn, the catcher, 0 for 1. It was one of those bang-bang plays, but he had already beaten that throw out before it went astray. And that's a high fly ball that is going to be picked up by the center fielder. He had to make about 8 steps. going from his left to right and nailed it for out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit, an infield hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. So we have completed 2.5, and we still don't have a score.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
A damaged electronic device typically costs hundreds or even thousands of dollars to replace. But we're here to show you that there's a better way. CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. Our knowledgeable technicians have experience working with all types of smartphones, tablets, computers and laptops, MP3 players, gaming consoles, and even other electronic gadgets like drones and more. CPR, we save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Bottom half of the 3rd inning here at Rockabillys Stadium. Steve Beverly with the play-by-play, sitting in for Alexander Bitterling tonight. And I hope he is going to have a fabulous weekend. And back on the mound once again is Colton Regan. Both these pitchers have done a terrific job so far. And I will tell you that they have taken away that hit, and that was in the last inning. They had originally scored it a hit, but now they say it was an error that put Watkins on base. So we'll try to follow this as we go along. So still only 1 hit officially in the game. And here's the pitch, down low. Rockabillys is a junior from Emporio State, and he goes 5'10", 190 pounds, but don't let that 5'10" deceive you. He can move on the bases. That's up high. Two balls and a strike to T.J. Rockabillys. Julian Jimenez, the left fielder, will be next. And he went around. He had a ripple at that one, but nothing but air. 2 balls and a strike. One of my favorite tunes in the background, the Think Music from Jeopardy. He rears back and fires, and that's up high. 3 balls and a strike. Jimenez and then Trent Lawrence, the 3rd baseman, will follow. But here's the pitch to Rockabillys. And he goes around on it and strikes out. That is the 3rd strikeout of the game for Colton Regan. And here's Julian Jimenez, a junior from Utah Valley University. He's your left fielder. And he's right down on the end of that bat. Up high for a ball. Jimenez 6'2", 185 pounds, and he's one, if he gets on, he's always a threat to go. And the pitch. Right down in there for a strike. A ball and a strike. And they are continuing to fill up the seats here, even though we're about 38 minutes into the game. Some folks are still checking in. He went around on that one. Now, there's nothing like a Friday night at Rockabillys Stadium, and the folks have decided this is where the place to be is in Jackson tonight. The pitch down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And so far, both of these pitchers have done a solid job. And he fires, and he goes around on one that was outside for out number 2, and that's 8 straight that Colton Regan has retired, and that brings up the number 9 hitter, Trent Lawrence. He is a redshirt sophomore from Morningside University, and your third baseman. And he's got some good size on him at 225, 6'4". Regan winds and delivers. And a little bit low, 1 ball and no strikes. Regan, as we said, a little bit faster between pitches. And he got him with a good fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. He took a little bit off of that, but it was just a bit inside, right at where the knuckles were. And he fires, and that one is fouled off the catcher's knee. A ball and 2 strikes. So they'll go out and trade balls with him again. So a ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the third. And this has been much more of a defensive game than these two teams had last night when they played in Hendersonville. And you can tell the humidity is taking its toll on some of these players out here. We're getting a taste of it now. That's up way high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was already about 80 at 8 o'clock this morning, and then we topped out at 94. The wind and the pitch, way high. So we've gone full with 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Lawrence awaits the 3-2. Here it comes, up high. So that's the first base runner of the game for the Rockabillys as Trent Lawrence walks. I just did a check. We are at 85 degrees here, not quite at 8 o'clock at the stadium. But the humidity is definitely a big factor right now. And here comes the top of the order with John Loringer. And that's in there for a strike. He's 0 for 1. In fact, everybody except Lawrence is 0 for 1 so far tonight. Here's the wind and the 0-1. And he went around big on that one. No balls and 2 strikes to Loringer. If he gets on, Jackson Blemler would be next. And here comes the 0-2. And ground ball that's going to go to, and it's booted by the shortstop. Looked like the third baseman and the shortstop were a little bit confused as to which one was going to take that one. It was pretty deep in the infield, so that will go down as an error. And that puts runners on first and second for the Rockabillys as they finally get a threat with 2 down. And here's Jackson Blemler, the second baseman. And this would be a big 2-out hit for him right now. Outside for a ball. So there's still no hits, but it doesn't matter because if Blimler can nail one right here and he can get one with any degree of depth to it, and that's up high for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. If Blimler gets a base hit with any degree of depth, then the Rockabillys will take the lead. Once again, the wind and the 2-0. And he fouled that one off back into the screen over just beyond the dugout. 2 balls and a strike. They're playing him in moderate center field. And that's down low. 3 balls and a strike. So 1 more and we will see them loaded. And he gets on. Matt Houston will be next. All right, a big 3-1 pitch to Blimler. He fires. And outside, ball 4, so the bases are loaded. And that will bring up Matt Houston, the third baseman. Pardon me, the catcher. Matt Houston, the catcher, is up, and I'm known in these parts as Mr. TV Classics. I may be the only person in this stadium who knows that there was an ABC detective series back in the 80s called Matt Houston. I'm not even sure if Matt Houston would know that. But I thought I would throw that in for you watching tonight and just have that little bit of trivia, is that I'm not sure that because of what age Matt Houston is, because Matt is probably right at 20 years old. And I would imagine, I'm not even sure his parents remember that show. But they come out to have a conversation with Regan, who, after he got the first 2 batters, then all of a sudden he has loaded the bases. 2 walks and an error. So here is Houston with an opportunity to really do some damage. The catcher 0 for 1. The wind. The pitch. Low for a ball. No place to put Matt. If he gets on to bring in a run, then it'll be Merrick Carter, who's the cleanup hitter. Regan delivers. And he went around on a big one, and he was looking to power that one out into left center field, but just couldn't connect. A ball and a strike with 2 outs and the bases loaded. The pitch. Now, did he go around? Yes. That one was down in the dirt, and they say that Houston did go for it, so it's a ball and 2 strikes. So Regan has done a good job of getting ahead of the hitter. The wind and the 1-2, and he fouls that one back on the ground behind him. So it's still a ball and 2 strikes. And this would get the crowd going if he could manage a 2-strike, 2-out hit. Here's the wind and the 1-2. And that one's down in the dirt, but nobody can advance because a good job by the catcher, Cawthron, to block that one in front of the plate. So it's even at 2-2. So Houston steps back in. The wind, the 2-2. And that one is going right up the middle for a base hit. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in, and the throw goes way high back into the screen, and that's going to bring in the 3rd run. So the first hit of the night for the Rockabillys as Matt Houston nails it. And with the throwing error, it is a 3-run single. Now, he only gets credit for 2 RBIs on that. He doesn't get credit for an RBI on the third one with the throwing error, but what a hit right back through the middle, and it's now a 3-0 game. Rockabillys on top, and Houston all the way to third. Here's the wind and the pitch. High fly ball, and they're chasing it over, and that's going to be out of play. And that foul ball, sponsored by Cell Phone Repair, gets a souvenir from some of the folks over there in the left field line. A 3-0 lead for the Rockabillys. The pitch. And they say he went around on it. The home plate umpire asked for help. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs and the runner on third. The wind and the pitch. Just missed with that one. So it's 1-2. And the pitch outside. So Merrick Carter has an opportunity to do some damage. Two down, but 3 in for the Rockabillys. And the pitch. And that dipped low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good to have you aboard here tonight on Prospect League TV. And another big full count pitch. Outside for ball 4. So Regan has lost a little bit of his control here tonight. And that is going to bring up Stan King, who's 0 for 1. And ironically, the Rockabillys have had all of this damage with only 1 hit in the game, but they have been helped by 2 errors and also 3 walks in the inning. Here's the pitch to King, down low once again. He's missing low on a lot of his pitches now. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 outs, runners on first and third. The 1-0. That's up high. He's going to try to steal second and gets in there without a throw. Outstanding job by Carter. He got the jump on the pitcher with that one, so they didn't even throw. So it's 2 balls and no strikes. Runners are on second and third now with 2 down. And he went hard for that one, and that's strike 1. That's actually strike 2. And the wind, the pitch. And he went around on it for strike 3. But for the Rockabillys, they picked up 3 runs on only 1 hit, but 2 errors, and they also had 3 walks in the inning, and they left 2 on base. So finally, we got a score at the end of 3. The Rockabillys 3, full count rhythm, nothing.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Where the day starts with laughter in local shops and ends under the stars with live music. That's Jackson, Tennessee. It's a place where every moment is an invitation to explore, to connect, to be part of something bigger. Jackson isn't just a destination, it's where stories are written, memories in the making.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Back we are for the top half of the fourth inning, and the 3-run third is giving the Rockabillys a 3-0 lead. And standing in for full count rhythm is the shortstop, Parker McDonald. He is the cleanup hitter. He's 0 for 1 tonight, batting .271 coming into tonight. No runs on 1 hit and 2 errors for the Rhythm. The Rockabillys 3 runs on 1 hit and 2 errors. And that gives, if not a cushion, at least some degree of comfort for Trey Watson out on the mound to be staked to this 3-0 lead. And that one is grounded to the shortstop. He fires on to first, gets him easily by about 3 steps for out number 1. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Ramey Harrison. And he finally stands in. And that's outside for a ball. They changed my lineup here. Back up to the top of the order we are with Jacob Rowell. And that one's a bit low. And that one goes all the way back to the concession area, and a few fans. I see the guy who came away with it, but that was a little scary because they are crowded in there tonight. And Watson with a pitch. And that one's fouled off. Ball and 2 strikes to Rowell. He is the designated hitter. And they're coming over to the dugout, and it looks as though maybe that one, I'm not exactly sure what. The catcher coming over to the dugout, now he's back. Nonetheless, 1 ball and 2 strikes. We would not know unless we actually had them wired for sound out on the field, and I don't think that's going to happen. Watson ahead in the count, 1-2, and the pitch. That's into the dirt, bounces away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rowell will be followed by the left fielder, Andrew Hunt. And the wind and the pitch. Oh, low. Low and inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full Count has had a runner on base in every inning, but Watson has done a good job of being able to close the door. And that one is a liner into short center field, and he picks it up and holds him to a single. He just went right with the pitch and went to right center field with it. Of course, the dimensions here at Rockabillys Stadium, 310 down the left field line. It is 392, just short of 400 feet to center field, and then 320 to right field. And that brings up Andrew Hunt, the left fielder. Right down in there. That was a nice slider. No balls and a strike. One out and a runner on, and the Rockabillys up 3-0. And Watson fires, and it gets away from him. A ball and a strike. It is just so fabulous to see all the kids who are out here tonight. They are having a blast. There are few things that are more family-oriented. And they're going to fire down to second, and it gets away from the second baseman, but he's not going to be able to get away and try for third. So give him a stolen base on that one. Raul did a good job of staying on top of it. We've only had 3 hits between these two teams, and yet the Rockabillys with a 3-0 lead, helped by 2 errors and 3 walks in their half of the third inning. Runner on second, and the pitch is low, 3 balls and a strike. You talk to some pitchers, and there are many of them who actually like it better when you have a humid night like we do tonight. And there are others who say, you know, it throws my rhythm off in the process. But we got the humidity and the heat this evening. Still 85 here in the hub city of West Tennessee. He looks the runner at second, and that one is down in the dirt, so he walks Hunt. So now we got a threat going for full count rhythm. And that brings up Ramey Harrison, the second baseman. Runners on first and second, 1 out. And the Rockabillys are playing back at double play depth. Now the third baseman is playing in deep, and if he were able to line one to the opposite field, he could probably easily get one in there. That's in there for a strike. But your second baseman and shortstop are playing with the hopes of being able to nail the double play. Here comes the 0-1 from Watson. And there's a high drive, but they're going to get under it. No, it goes over the head of the center fielder. And they're going to try to get 2 runs home, and they are going to get 1. He was safe. Raul comes in. The runners had to wait because it looked as though the center fielder was going to snag it, and it got away from him, went over his head. So they held him to 1 run, and now they're having a discussion with the umpires. I don't think that's going to lead to any kind of a change. I think the argument may be as to whether or not the runner actually touched home plate. But nonetheless, it is a 3-1 game as full count brings in 1. He tagged that ball, but it looked as though that Bingham was going to be able to get under it, and it was just out of his reach, and so the runners had to hold up. Now they're at second and third. He got a double out of it. So they're at second and third with Charney coming up. He's 0 for 1. Third hit of the game for full count rhythm. And a base hit would likely tie it. Watson delivers. And there is a clean hit into left field that is going to get 1 run home. And once again, he just went right with that pitch and lined it into left field. So it's a 3-2 game now, and here comes Aiden Gibson, the third baseman, with a chance to tie it, and runners on first and third and only one out. And he throws to first. Runner gets back in. So the rhythm has achieved some rhythm here in this fourth inning and has come back to close it to within 3-2. And that one was one nasty little curveball. No balls and a strike. Watson desperately wants to hold down that runner at third. There's only one out. Sacrifice fly would tie it. And he got it on the corner beautifully. No balls and 2 strikes. They're on the corners for full count. That runner's getting a good lead at first. Here comes the 0-2. And that one is just foul. He went around on that, and it just went foul down the left field line. So still no balls and 2 strikes. And Gibson awaits the 0-2. That's a foul out of play. And you hear the crash of the foul ball. That one went all the way back to the upper deck. And look at the youngster who comes away with that one, and the fans love it. I love it when us big people hand it off to a kid who loves to get that souvenir and take it home. And went around on it for strike 3. That one dipped appreciably, and he nailed that for a big strikeout. We go back to the top of the order with Jacob Tobias, the right fielder. And this would be a big one for Watson to be able to nail with runners on first and third. The wind and the pitch. Up high for a ball. He looks the runner over at first. And the pitch. Right down in there beautifully for a strike. Ball and a strike. Be interesting to see if the runner at first might try to go to second. See if he could cause an error of some kind. That's a foul out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We have had a lot of souvenirs for the fans so far tonight, unquestionably. So here's a big 1-2 pitch for Watson. Up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tobias. If he gets on, then Joe Watkins, the center fielder, who has one of the 4 hits tonight, would be next. The wind and the pitch. Got him swinging right down the middle for out number 3. So, comeback time for full count. They picked up 2 runs on 3 hits, and there was 1 error and 2 men left on base. We have completed 3.5 in your score. Rockabillys 3, full count rhythm 2.
CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. CPR specializes in cracked screen replacement and repair, water damage, data recovery and transfer, camera repair, battery issues, component replacement, and more. CPR, we save your mobile life.
The award-winning Ball Game Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 1 million views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,700 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, South Gibson County, USJ, TCA, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The Ball Game Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Bottom half of the fourth inning here at Rockabillys Stadium. Steve Beverly bringing you all of the color and excitement as we have had a fine turnout tonight. And it seems like every time as we get to see the panorama shot, every time we look, there's still another big crowd at the concession area, and that's what we've still got here. So it's going to be Gunnar Bingham, the center fielder, who will stand in as the Rockabillys try to get some insurance runs after giving up 2 in the previous inning. And we have a new pitcher now for full count, and that is Davis. He has come in relief of, and they had gone out the mound to talk to Regan beforehand in the third inning when he gave up the 3 runs. And so this is Mason Davis. And he's taking his warm-up tosses. So you can close the book on Regan. He cannot win the game, but he could be the losing pitcher if the Rockabillys hold on to their lead. So they whip the ball around the infield, and we're ready to go with the bottom half of the fourth. Bingham is 0 for 1. He'll be followed by T.J. Ruckerbaumer and Julian Jimenez. And we'll see what kind of stuff Davis has. The wind and the pitch. Fastball that hit the inside corner for strike 1. We're told he has a very good curveball as well. Davis delivers the 0-1. Up high, a ball and a strike. They say the bases on balls will kill you, and that really hurt the rhythm in the previous inning when they had 3 walks and also an error, and then the Rockabillys got their only hit of the game, but they converted it into 3 runs way high, 2 balls and a strike. And the left-hander would like to do his own damage right now. And that's inside, 3 balls and a strike. Good to meet my counterpart calling the game for full count rhythm tonight, Tim Reese. Glad to have these guys aboard. And the wind and the pitch. That's down low and inside, so he walks him on 5 pitches. And that will bring up Ruckerbaumer. He's 0 for 1. As we say, they've managed to bunch their runs in the third inning despite only getting 1 hit from Matt Houston. So you got a runner on first and nobody out. And that's a ground foul. And they're going to play at double play depth. But they're going to hold Bingham relatively close because he is a threat to go. He's a lighter guy at 165 pounds, and he can take off at any time. And that one's in the dirt, and that's going to get away, and he is going to easily make it down to second. So that was a wild pitch. So now you got a runner in scoring position with nobody out and a ball and a strike to Rockabillys, and then Jimenez would be followed by Trent Lawrence. And here's the pitch. And he gets a high, no, that's a ground fall that went, it looked for a minute as though it was going to be a fly ball, and then it dropped like a poached egg and went foul down the third base line, so he's still alive. A ball and 2 strikes. I think almost everybody was confused on that one. So Rockabillys with another opportunity. The wind and the pitch to TR, and he slices that one foul down the left field line into the stands, and they scramble for it. A ball and 2 strikes. He is hung tough in there against Davis. And the pitch. And ground ball that is going to the third baseman. He has to throw it high, but the first baseman reaches up and digs it out for out number 1. But the runner, Bingham, makes his way over to third. So it's almost the equivalent of a sacrifice on that one. That was a good job by Charney of being able to reach up and snag that one. So they got 1 out and a runner 90 feet away from home plate. And here is Jimenez, 0 for 1 tonight. And that one's outside for a ball. Trent Lawrence is in the on-deck circle. And if he were to get on, then we'd be back up to the top of the order with Loringer. Here's the pitch. Same spot, outside again. 2 balls and no strikes. He's just missing the outside corner of the plate. Perfect night for baseball, even if it is a little warm. That's low. 3 balls and no strikes, and so you can bet that Jimenez is going to be taking this one all the way. And the left-hander awaits the 3-0 pitch. Expect it right down the middle. And it's low. He was going down the middle, but it dropped into the dirt. So runners at first and third. And you're hearing the Price is Right in the background as they are telling him, come on down to first base. My director, Christopher Reason, said, I can't believe you just said that. I'm in hearing range of Christopher right now. Going back to the top of the order with John Loringer. No, this is Trent Lawrence. Trent Lawrence is up. That's up. Just got in there for a strike. So the Rockabillys trying another threat here with runners on first and third, both of them the benefit of walks. And he goes to first and almost got him. That was a close play. And they did get him. They picked him off. So he is a dead duck. And that one hurts the Rockabillys' opportunities right here. He was playing off just a bit too far, and they nailed him. Good move to first by Davis. So Lawrence stands back in. He walked his first time up. The catcher's coming out to have a conference with Davis about how to pitch him. So he's back in here with an 0-1 count, now with 2 outs and a runner on third. The wind and the pitch. Inside. Ball and a strike. Boy, those fans that you see right now, they have a great view from over there on the third base line, as do these folks right here. And he went around on one, chased one that went down low. A ball and 2 strikes. Let's see if Lawrence can deliver. The wind, the stretch, and the pitch. Way high and inside. And they say got him on the elbow. So he's going down to first. That's our first hit batsman of the night. With runners on first and third, now still 2 out. And here is Loringer, who's 0 for 2. But he has an opportunity to do some 2-out damage. Blimler is on deck. Boy, he takes a deep knee bend when he's at the plate. Way high for a ball. He has a different strike zone because of how much he ducks there at the plate. He tried to go for one at first again, and getting back in there safely was Lawrence. They'll have to get out the detergent to clean that uniform after this one's over. Loringer awaits the 1-0. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Rockabillys have proven tonight, they certainly did in the 3rd inning, that they can bunch some runs in even if they don't get a lot of hits. The pitch. And that's in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. If anything about tomorrow night's game, it's supposed to be even warmer in the hub city, so you can expect that at first pitch time, it's probably going to be somewhere around 92 or 93 degrees tomorrow night. Not that I'm trying to keep you away, I'm just trying to give you the realistic forecast that we have. Here's the wind and the pitch. Right down in there again as he makes a comeback, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down and 2 on. And you have to believe that if Loringer sees the pitch he likes, he'll be going after this one. And the runners on base will be moving with this pitch. And he went around on it for strike 3. So for the Rockabillys, they had no runs on no hits and no errors. They had 2 walks and a hit batsman, but they couldn't get anybody in. So we have completed 4. Rockabillys still on top, 3-2.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
If you're looking to upgrade your device without breaking the bank, CPR can help you with that as well. Our stores carry a wide variety of certified pre-owned tablets, laptops, and smartphones, including all of the latest Apple and Samsung models. Financing is available for qualified customers. Our Y certified technicians are ready to assist you, and our limited lifetime warranty is the best in the industry. And with hundreds of stores across the U.S., you never have to look far for fast, efficient electronic device repair. CPR, we save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Well, here we go with the top half of the 5th inning, and we just had the Pizza Hut band that got this place rocking. They were all over it. 3-2, Rockabillys on top. And we got Joe Watkins, the center fielder, checking in. He'll be followed by Jackson Cawthorn, the catcher, and the shortstop, Parker McDonald. And the pitch. Just missed, 1 ball and no strikes. So far, Trey Watson has gone all the way for the Rockabillys. And that one just missed on the outside. 2 balls and no strikes. The wind and the pitch, and that one's inside. 3 balls and no strikes. And so far in this game, it's 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors for full count. And he got in there for a strike, 3 balls and a strike. For the Rockabillys, it is 3 runs on 1 hit and 2 errors. And a high fly ball going back into deep right field, and the right fielder is under it, and Loringer takes it for out number 1. We haven't had any real, we've had a couple of deep balls in this game, but we haven't had one that was a threat to go out of here tonight. And here's Cawthorn, the catcher. And that one's outside for a ball. Watson winds and delivers. Got him right down the middle with a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, this is a night that the city of Jackson is proving that the fans love their Rockabillys. High fly ball. They're going to chase it, and I don't know if it's going to stay in play, and it does not. Matt Houston made a big chase, as did Lawrence. They both were after that one, as well as the catcher, and just out of their range. A ball and 2 strikes with 1 out and nobody on. Watson has had to deal with base runners in every inning of this game, but except for the rally in the 4th, he's been able to get out of it, and he went around on it for strike 3. That is the 4th strikeout now for Trey Watson. Here's Parker McDonald, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2. If he gets on, then Rowell would be after him. And that one is a high foul. First baseman, he thought he was under that one, but it goes up into the stands. Stan King gave it a good look, but it was about 3 rows beyond him. No balls and a strike. Watson has done a good job in this inning of staying ahead of the hitters. The wind and the pitch. And that one dipped low. Ball and a strike. 2 down. And here's the pitch. And that one is fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is the point where you'd think that Watson may try to come with a curveball. We'll see if the crystal ball is right on that. He fires, and that one's fouled out of play once again. That goes way over into the right field bleachers. So we'll rewind the tape for another 1-2 pitch. Got him looking for strike 3, and so it was no runs on no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We have completed half the game, and your score is the Rockabillys 3, full count 2.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
A damaged electronic device typically costs hundreds or even thousands of dollars to replace. But we're here to show you that there's a better way. CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. Our knowledgeable technicians have experience working with all types of smartphones, tablets, computers and laptops, MP3 players, gaming consoles, and even other electronic gadgets like drones and more. CPR, we save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Back now for the bottom of the 5th. We've been at it about an hour and a half tonight, and Rockabillys holding to this 3-2 lead. And Morgan Davis is back on the mound. Our computer information originally said that he was Mason Davis, and our new friend Tim Reese just told us that, well, they didn't have it right. So here we go, as the Rockabillys again looking for insurance runs any way they can come up with it. And this is a new pitcher in. Morgan Davis has been pulled, and this is Andrew Perry. He has an earned run average on the season of .635. And we're going back up to the, that one's outside for a ball. We're going back up to the upper half of the order with Jackson Blimler, the second baseman. And that one's low and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And low again, 3-0. Perry is the 3rd pitcher of the evening for full count rhythm. And here comes the 3-0. And he went right down the middle with it. 3 balls and 1 strike. Matt Houston and Merrick Carter will follow. And he goes down the middle again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So after going low his first 3 pitches, he's managed to rally back again, and here is the 3-2. That's down low. So that is the 6th walk of the evening for the Rockabillys, as Blimler gets his 2nd free pass of the game. And here's Matt Houston, who has the only hit for the Rockabillys. It was a 2-run double. A third run actually scored on a throwing error. So Matt takes the pitch, and it's in there. Hit the corner, no balls and a strike. Perry fires, and there's a drive. It's going way back, but they're under it. The center fielder takes it right in front of the 392 sign at the warning track for out number 1. Well, Matt gave it a good ride, but it was just a big out. So here comes Merrick Carter, the shortstop. And barring a double play, Stan King will follow. Perry delivers. And he's picked his control back up again after giving up that walk on 5 pitches to Jackson Blimler. That's outside. When he misses significantly low and outside. A ball and a strike. And just missed it on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the wind, and he fires to first. Not a real serious throw, just trying to keep Blimler honest. Two and one. And that's a high fly ball. Pitcher is signaling for it, but then the third baseman comes in and snags it on the mound for out number 2. That one looked like it went about 2 miles in the air. So there's 2 down, and that brings up Stan King. King is 0 for 2, but he did reach base with a walk. That one gets away, and the runner is going to make it to second, and it gets away into the outfield, but on the throw, but not enough where Blimler can make it to third, but he is in scoring position. 1-0 the count to Stan King. The wind is a good lead there by Blimler. In there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. The wind and the pitch. And ground ball's going to go up the middle. Can they get him at first? Yes, they did. That was a slow roller that got by the pitcher, but the runner couldn't challenge it, and it's out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors. They had a walk, 1 man left on base. We've completed 5. It's still a tight one. 3-2, the Rockabillys on top.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Where the day starts with laughter in local shops and ends under the stars with live music. That's Jackson, Tennessee. It's a place where every moment is an invitation to explore, to connect, to be part of something bigger. Jackson isn't just a destination. It's where stories are written, memories in the making.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Here we go with the top half of the 6th inning from Rockabillys Stadium, live from Jackson, Tennessee. And you see some of the big races that they have here with well, we saw what happened with one of those motorized vehicles. And it is flying down, and it's moving around to the right field area, into the left field area, and down the stretch he comes. And he's moving in. He's going to get this one by an easy one. The flip on the right-handed vehicle, it was a done deal from that point on. Three to two, Rockabillys on top as we start the 6th, and standing in is Jacob Rowell, the designated hitter. And in for his 6th inning of work is Trey Watson. And except for that one inning where he gave up 2, he's been solid across the board, and his team staked him originally to a 3-0 lead. And here we go with the first pitch of the 6th. And that one is sliced into left field, and I'm going to tell you, he slid hard trying to snag that one, but it was a long strike. And Rowell makes the long journey back to home plate. That was the longest strike of this game. And I got to hand it to Jimenez. He made a fabulous effort trying to pull it down. That one's down low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Remember, we're right back here tomorrow night with airtime at 6:50 and the game at 7. And hope to have you folks joining us tonight and tomorrow night. Just missed it. 2 balls and a strike. Rowell is 1 for 2 tonight. Full Count has 4 hits in the game. And there's a ground ball to second and on to first, and easily gets him for out number 1. Good pickup by Blimler. And that brings up Andrew Hunt, the left fielder. Hunt is 0 for 1. He did reach base on an error. And he'll be followed by Ramey Harrison, who has been dangerous tonight with 2 hits. The wind and the pitch. High fly ball. Center fielder chases it and comes down with it. Not quite on the warning track for out number 2. Ramey Harrison, 2 for 2 tonight. And he's been solid for this team, and the left-hander has found the range against the pitching of Watson. And that's low down for a ball. Harrison looks, and that one is smashed foul that's up over in the lawn area where those kids are placing. That was a long one, but he had to chase that one a long distance. 1-1 count with 2 out and nobody on. And that one goes to second once again. On to first. He almost jumped off the bag, but he got him for out number 3. So, very quickly, no runs, no hits, no errors, 3 up, 3 down, and no one left on base. And we've completed 5.5 with the Rockabillys still on top, 3-1.
CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. CPR specializes in cracked screen replacement and repair, water damage, data recovery and transfer, camera repair, battery issues, component replacement, and more. CPR, we save your mobile life.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 1 million views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,700 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, South Gibson County, USJ, TCA, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Bottom half of the 6th inning as the Rockabillys cling to that 3-2 lead despite only navigating 1 hit in this game. And you can see what a fun night it has been for the many fans here in the ballpark. The kids are playing over in their designated area and having a blast. And Gunnar Bingham, the center fielder, stands in. Gunnar is 0 for 1. He's been on base twice. And Perry in for his 2nd inning of work, and that one's low, where he's been missing a lot tonight. 1 ball, no strikes. But he managed to rally to get the side out, and he chased another low one, 1 ball and 1 strike, and I can tell that Gunnar is frustrated with himself. The young man from Murray State. The line and the pitch. That's outside. 2 balls and a strike. Perry works very quickly between pitches. And that one is off his glove, and the shortstop's going to try to make a big throw and throws it away. It was a bang-bang play, and it was doubtful whether he would have gotten him anyway, but the ball got away, and so he is on with an error. Frankly, I would give him a hit because I think he would have beaten it out regardless because of that ball was such a slow roller coming off the glove. I think it would have been a hit. And right now it looks as though the official score has given him a hit. So that first pitch is in there for a strike. So Bingham gets the 2nd hit of the evening for the Rockabillys. Yeah, I mean, there is no way they would have gotten him at first, even with a good throw. And he gets back in safely. So Rucker tonight is 0 for 2, but the left-hander would love to be able to do some damage right here. The wind and the pitch, way high. That was actually a good job by the catcher Cawthron to keep that one from going back to the screen. 1-1. He's going to throw to first. That was not his good move there. Jimenez will be next, and they're going to come out and talk to Perry for a moment and try to make sure that they are together on their signals. give us an opportunity to thank our sponsors for their great support of Rockabillys baseball. We appreciate them one and all, and they are amongst the many supporters that we have for athletics in this area. Of course, Worthy Road Studios, that brings you the production of this game, they are the most prolific sports production unit in all of West Tennessee, and I can tell you they're going to be adding another one, namely South Gibson High School, for their athletics coming up in the fall of this year. And there's a liner that is going to go to the left fielder. It didn't drop in front of him, and so that's out number one. That was a good job by Hunt to go over there and chase it. Here's Julian Jimenez from Utah Valley University. He's a junior. And another rather simple throw to first. Didn't really challenge the runner, and it wasn't a big lead for Bingham. One down, one out. That's low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch, that's a high drive, but they're going to get under it. And a good job, a sliding catch by the center fielder, Watkins. I tell you what, you can burn a knee by making that kind of slide, but he stayed with that ball quite well. And that ball was tagged, no question about it. And that's going to bring up a pinch hitter, and that is Caden Contant. He is from Clarion University, a junior. 6'1", 208 pounds. And the pitch, and a high drive. It's gone, it's out of here. No, it's off the wall. And that's going to bring in the 4th run. That thing looked like it was gone, but it went off the top end of the Blue Monster. And I mean, the pinch hitter got all of that one. If that ball had been hit just a few more feet to the right, it would have been gone because it was off the top end of that Blue Monster. But it's a 4-2 game now. That's a big insurance run for the Rockabillys. So Contant came in and did his job, and now here's Loringer. He got a double out of it, and that's low. Catcher did a good job to keep the runner from going to third. 4-2 lead for the Rockabillys. That was the longest ball of the night for Jackson. And he went around. He was looking for the same kind of drive on that one and missed it. One ball, one strike. And that's on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 down, a runner on second, and a run is in for the Rockabillys. It did not look like the ballpark could hold that one, but it just barely did. And there's a high catch. What a jump by McDonald. My goodness. I'm telling you what, you might have thought he was Superman if he'd have had a cape. And that took away another run from the Rockabillys, but they did pick up 1 on 1 hit, no errors, and there was 1 man left on base. So we've completed 6. Rockabillys lead it 4-2.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
If you're looking to upgrade your device without breaking the bank, CPR can help you with that as well. Our stores carry a wide variety of certified pre-owned tablets, laptops, and smartphones, including all of the latest Apple and Samsung models. Financing is available for qualified customers. Our Y-certified technicians are ready to assist you, and our limited lifetime warranty is the best in the industry. And with hundreds of stores across the U.S., you never have to look far for fast, efficient electronic device repair. CPR. We save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
And we're in the seventh. Rockabillys getting that one insurance run, which they hope is insurance, to go up 4-2 in the sixth. And Watson has been relieved after his 6 innings of work. And it's Peyton Ring, who is from Bethel University of nearby Indiana, not from McKenzie, Tennessee, who is the relief pitcher. He's a sophomore at Bethel, 6'1", 200 pounds. And he walks his first batter. Trying to get the save for a victory for Trey Watson. And the key thing, so many of these guys go on pitch counts because they want to preserve the arms as much as possible. So as Ring comes in, he hopes to be able to navigate the save. And that one gets way away from him. 2 balls and no strikes with nobody out and a runner at first. The wind and the pitch. And he got him on the corner. 2 balls and a strike to Aiden Gibson. And here comes the 2-1. And that's an excuse me hit. There's going to be a slow roller. Second baseman has to fire it on to first as quickly as possible. The runner moves to second for out number 1. That was one of those that he just accidentally reached out, and that's one of those situations that you could almost, from time to time, end up with somebody on base that you don't want there. Here's Tobias back up to the top half of the order and just missed that one. 1 ball and no strikes. Tobias is 0 for 3 tonight. 4 hits for full count. 3 hits for the Rockabillys. Oh, that got away. Just narrowly missed having a hit batsman. And the runner has made his way to second. So he is in scoring position. Ring delivers. And there's a ground ball to first, and the first baseman is going to take it by himself, but the runner will advance to third. So here's Joe Watkins to try to see with 2 out if he can deliver a hit to close it back to within 1 run, and they're going to come out to the mound and talk to Ring. And we're going to see if there's going to be a change at the mound. They're going to discuss strategy right here because they prefer being able to get a strikeout or a ground out here. But they're, I'm sure, trying to settle him down to make sure he doesn't let go of a wild pitch that would bring in the runner from third. So Ring will face Watkins, who is 0 for 3 tonight. It has been the middle of the order that has delivered most of the damage tonight for full count. And he hits the corner on that one for strike 1. No balls and a strike. 2 down and a runner at third. The wind, the pitch, outside. Good job on the part of Houston to save that one. Otherwise, we might have a 4-3 game. 1 ball, 1 strike. After the Rockabillys got up 3-0, they have led it all the way. And there's the pitch. Outside, 2-1. If Watkins gets on, then Jackson Cawthorn, the catcher, would be next. The wind and the pitch. He got him on the corner with that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big pitch upcoming now for Ring. The wind, the stretch, and the pitch. Out. Got him on the corner. Yes. What a big strikeout for Ring. No runs on 1 walk, no hits, no errors, and a man left on third. So we have completed 7 1/2 6.5, I should say. We've completed 6.5, and the Rockabillys are on top, 4-2.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
A damaged electronic device typically costs hundreds or even thousands of dollars to replace. But we're here to show you that there's a better way. CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. Our knowledgeable technicians have experience working with all types of smartphones, tablets, computers and laptops, MP3 players, gaming consoles, and even other electronic gadgets like drones and more. CPR, we save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Hey, and there's a young lady we want you to meet. Her name is Ava Holyfield. She is a member of the broadcast production team at South Gibson High School, the South Gibson Hornet Network, and she is going to be part of the Worthy Road Studios production team this fall when Worthy Road Studios adds South Gibson High football and all of its other athletics, and we are pleased to have them on board. It's going to be a joy, and Ava, welcome to the team. Glad to have you here tonight. So, bottom of the 7th, and after we finish the 7th inning stretch, let's see if the Rockabillys can add to this. And they got Sweet Caroline going here, and what else is any better? J.D. Price is the 4th pitcher tonight for full count. And he fires. That was a nasty curveball for a strike. Jackson Blemler 0 for 1, but he's been on base twice. And he manages to get a piece of that one. No balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the pitch from Price. Just missed outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rhythm pitching has held the Rockabillys to 3 hits, but 7 walks have been a problem tonight. And here's the pitch. And he went around on it outside, and that is the first strikeout for Price. Here's Matt Houston, who hit that big 2-run double. Matt is 1 for 3 tonight. And there's a drive. Way back there, That ball is out of here over the Blue Monster for a home run. Houston gets to take a curtain call. That may have been the highest high five I've ever seen. He got all of that one over the left field wall and over the Blue Monster. Rockabillys on top 5-2. And that one's low and outside to Merritt Carter. What a drive. That one went about 340 feet. And there's a base hit. That drops into center field, and so the Rockabillys bats are coming alive now here in the 7th. And here comes Stan Sky King. So runner on first, 1 out. Stan is 0 for 3 tonight. But boy, don't you know he'd love to tee off on one himself. Pitch. That was sliced foul into the left field stands. No balls and a strike. And Carter down at first. There's a throw to first, but he's back in safely. Here's the wind, the stretch, and the pitch. Outside, and the runner's going to make it without a throw. So a stolen base for Merrick Carter to put him in scoring position with 1 out. And King with a 1-1 count. And that's a high fly. That's about 2 miles in the air. And finally, the shortstop comes down with it. It looked like the third baseman was going to try it, and then he got out of the way. So that's out number 2. And here is Gunnar Bigham. Gunnar is 1 for 2 tonight. He's also been on base on an error. Let's see if he can bring in the runner from second. And he's already going to try to take off. And he was about halfway down to third, but manages to get back. 1 ball and no strikes. And that one is sliced into left field, and the left fielder only has to take about 2 steps. And Hunt gets under it and takes it for out number 3. But big home run, a 340-footer for Matt Houston, gives the Rockabillys a lead 5-2 as we get ready to go to the 8th.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Where the day starts with laughter in local shops and ends under the stars with live music. That's Jackson, Tennessee. It's a place where every moment is an invitation to explore, to connect, to be part of something bigger. Jackson isn't just a destination. It's where stories are written, memories in the making.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Here we go, top half of the 8th inning. Rockabillys now back on top by 3. That big home run by Matt Houston, that was a towering blow. And third pitcher of the evening is on the mound for the Rockabillys. This is Story Kimura. Now, he's a long way off from his college place. He is a senior at Cornell University. 6'1", 195-pounder, and a right-hander, as you see. And so he'll have an opportunity to perhaps get the save here tonight. He is a hard-throwing right-hander. And standing into the plate is Jackson Cawthron, the catcher, for full count. Cawthron tonight is 0 for 3. He'll be followed by McDonald. Whoa! Now, I don't know what happened there. That was almost like watching a slinky come out of your hand. That was one you'd have had the sound effects going boing. And I can tell you, nobody feels worse about that than Kimura. He even was looking at his hand as if, what in the world was that? That one's way outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And the catcher's going to come out and talk to him, and as well as the manager. And I think they want to be sure there's nothing wrong with his throwing hand. But he's had 2 balls that just one that looked like it just completely slipped out of his hand, and then the second one went way high. So it's already a 2-0 count that he has on Cawthron. So 2 balls and no strikes, nobody out. The one thing you don't want to do is get a base on balls right off the bat here in the 8th and open a door. That one's high as well. 3 balls and no strikes. So he's had a little control problem to open up the game here in the 8th. You expect this one to go right down the middle. And he did. 3 balls and 1 strike. Now this is the pitch that you would expect if Cawthron gets one he likes, he's going to try to tee off on it. And here it comes. That's high for ball 4, and so he walks him on 5 pitches. And that will bring up Parker McDonald, the shortstop, who is 0 for 3. He would be followed by Jacob Roud and Andrew Hunt. So McDonald has a pretty free hand right now with nobody out and a runner on first. And again, his pitches have been high all across the board. 1-0. And here's the 1-0. And that's on the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. He has that style of hiding the ball behind him while he awaits his delivery. It almost broke in, but was just a bit inside, so it's 2 balls and 1 strike. He's been behind both hitters that he's had here in the 8th inning. And that one inside. 3 balls and 1 strike, and he's in danger of walking the first 2 players that he has faced here in the 8th, opening the door for full count. And that one's outside, so he's walked them both. And full count has an opportunity to make some noise based on 2 straight bases on balls. That is going to bring up Raoult, who is 1 for 3 tonight. And the infield is going to play at double play depth. They desperately need one right now. And that one's up. 1 ball and no strikes. It has been a rough inning so far for Kimura. Runner is dancing around second. He got that one right down in there. 1 ball and 1 strike. The dangerous one in this lineup tonight has been Harrison, who's 2 for 3. And he steps up off the mound after a continuing dance around there at second base by Cawthron. The wind and the pitch. And that hit him. Well, apparently it did not hit him. It looked from our vantage point right here that it got him on the ankle, but instead it just bounced in front of it, and the runners have now advanced into scoring position at second and third. Two balls and a strike, nobody out, and 2 on. And Raould waits on a big pitch here. And here it comes. Right down in there for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, it would certainly do a lot for Kimura's confidence if he could nail this one with a strikeout. Here comes the 2-2. Low and away, 3-2. And the left-hander awaits the payoff pitch. That's a high fly ball, almost straight up in the air. Third baseman after it, under it, and takes it. Good job of staying with that one by Contant. We're at the bottom of the order now with now we're at the number 6 slot with Hunt, who is 0 for 2. This is a very important out for him to get. And it's dropped low. It looked like it was headed for the corner, but it dropped low. 1 ball and no strikes. They're on second and third with 1 out. And the pitch. That's a hard hit ball, and it goes right to the third baseman. An excellent job by Matt Houston of snagging that one. A big, big play. So here we come with Ramey Harrison, who is 2 for 3 tonight. And if anybody can deliver something to get some damage right here, it's him. And that one outside for a ball. They've managed to get him to second and third. The wind and the pitch. And it's a ground ball to second. He fires it on to first, and Kimura gets out of the inning. A slick job of pitching on that one. No runs on no hits, no errors. There were 2 walks. But Kimura gets out of it. So we have completed 7.5, and the Rockabillys hang on to that 5-2 lead.
CPR is the global leader in electronic device repair, and our services are fast and far more affordable than replacement. CPR specializes in cracked screen replacement and repair. water damage, data recovery and transfer, camera repair, battery issues, component replacement, and more. CPR. We save your mobile life.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 1 million views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,700 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, South Gibson County, USJ, TCA, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. The premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Well, we've got to give a lot of credit to Contant, who came in the inning before for some spectacular fielding plays that helped Kimura and the Rockabillys get out of that big jam that they had with 2 on from 2 walks and nobody out. So we go now to the 8th, and this is the 5th pitcher of the night for full count rhythm, and that is Pulliam. Nathaniel Pulliam is the pitcher, and he's taking his warm-up tosses. The Rockabillys absolutely eluded danger in that 8th inning and managed to hang on to this 3-run lead, and now they could go for some big insurance here in the bottom half of the 8th. So here comes TJ Rockabomber. So far tonight, 0 for 3. And he'll be followed by Jimenez and Contant. And Contant had a big hit in his only time up. Pulliam delivers, and boy, was he going for one there. But nothing but air, nothing and one. Here's the wind and the pitch. And beautifully stroked curve. No balls and 2 strikes. And nobody on. We've just started here in the bottom of the 8th. And the pitch outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I tell you, this crowd has been treated to some wonderful baseball by the Rockabillys tonight, and they've got fireworks to come immediately afterward. And there's a ground ball, goes right back to the pitcher. He picks it up, fires on easily to first for out number 1. Takes a lot of concentration for these pitchers to be able to hang on to these things. Pulliam did a good job there. And that's going to bring up Jimenez. He's 0 for 2 tonight, but he's been on base with a walk. And that's up high for a ball. Rockabillys got out to a 3-0 lead in the 3rd inning, and after that, they've been threatened a couple of times, but they've never surrendered the lead. It was at one point 3-2, but they have added a couple of insurance runs to make it 5-2 and seeing if they can extend it here in the 8th, because they would like to be able to wind it up without having to come back to bat in the 9th. That's up high, 2 balls and a strike. Contant will be next. Here's the 2-1. And that one is fouled out of play and is snagged up around the concession area. Right in front of the blue suede sweets sign. Try saying that 4 times real fast at home. Blue suede sweets sign. Here's the stretch and the pitch. That's down in the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes, so we've gone full. And let's see what Jimenez gets here from Pulliam. And he went after one that was up high, and he's frustrated with himself about it. That's out number 2. And here comes Compton, who came in and got a pinch hit his first time up and had a couple of sizzling defensive plays in the top half of the 8th. And that's right down in there for strike 1. 2 down, nobody on. And the Rockabillys are 3 outs away from extending their undefeated streak at home. This would be their 11th straight tonight. And that one's way outside for a ball. I'll tell you, these fans have stayed here in the ballpark tonight and have had a fabulous time. And the kids have a lot of these souvenirs that have been handed out tonight, and he went after the downs on that one, and 1 ball and 2 strikes. Had these souvenirs that have been distributed by Leaders Credit Union tonight, and I guess you might consider them to be miniature Star Wars flares. Here comes the 1-2. Up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. But this is one of the fine turnouts of the season for the Rockabillys tonight, and I know that the management and the team, they all appreciate that. Caden takes a little time out of the batter's box. Young man, a junior at Clarion University. And here comes the 2-2. And there's a liner that is going back to center field, and he's under it about 4 steps to take it. And it's snagged by Watkins for out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We got a Hold'em Rockabillys. We go to the top of the 9th with Jackson on top, 5-2.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
If you're looking to upgrade your device without breaking the bank, CPR can help you with that as well. Our stores carry a wide variety of certified pre-owned tablets, laptops, and smartphones, including all of the latest Apple and Samsung models. Financing is available for qualified customers. Our Y-certified technicians are ready to assist you, and our limited lifetime warranty is the best in the industry. And with hundreds of stores across the U.S., you never have to look far for fast, efficient electronic device repair. CPR, we save your mobile life.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Well, we go to the top half of the ninth, Jackson Lucas is the fourth pitcher for the Rockabillys, and he is a senior at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. And he would get the save if he's able to retire the side. The winning pitcher, if he can hold them off, would be Trey Watson, who had 6 strong innings tonight for the Rockabillys and managed to scatter 4 hits. And he's finishing up his warm-up tosses, and remind you again, we'll be back tomorrow night with another home game that will start at airtime 6:50, and we'll be here with you for it at 7 o'clock for the first pitch. A little bit of entertaining jump by Merrick Carter out there. So standing in is Charney. And so far tonight, Drew Charney is 1 for 2. All right, Lucas getting ready to deliver his first pitch. And the key thing is for him to stay ahead of the hitters, and that's one way to do it, right down the middle. And that one was right down the bypass for strike 2. He shakes off one sign, and now he gets the other. And he fires it. Tried to get him to go for one outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that's discipline right there on the part of Charney to hold off on that one. Here comes the 1-2. Just down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Charney would be followed by Aiden Gibson, and back at the top of the order by Jacob Tobias. And here's the 2-2. He got him swinging for out number 1. Here comes Gibson. He is 0 for 3 tonight. Tonight it has been a case of the Rockabillys getting that lead in the 3rd inning 3-0, and then every time that they have had, and there's a strike, every time that they have been threatened by full count rhythm, they have had an answer. Even after a shaky start in the 8th inning pitching, they managed to, after 2 straight, and there's 2 straight strikes, after they ended up with runners on 1st and 2nd, and then 2nd and 3rd with nobody out, they retired the side after that. Here comes the 0-2. And there's a high fly ball that's going to drop in for a base hit. That was a little blooper that got just in between the second baseman and the center fielder, and so on base is Gibson, and here comes Tobias, who is 0 for 4 tonight. He will be followed by Joe Watkins. The key for Lucas is just to shake off that bloop single. That's up high for a ball. 1 down here in the 9th and 1 on. Here comes the wind, the pitch. Right down in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Just a bit high. 2 balls and a strike. He looks the runner over at first and then delivers, and he got him with one that was a nasty curve. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still thinking back to that big home run that came in the 7th inning by Matt Houston. Powerful 340-foot blast. Here's the 2-2. And that one is fouled back out of play. So we stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And they say there is no promotion any better than winning, and that is exactly what the Rockabillys have been doing at home. He fires. Oh my, 3 balls and 2 strikes. That had to be inches off the plate. So we got a payoff pitch coming. And here it is from Lucas. There's a high fly ball. Right fielder takes about 8, 9, 10 steps and snags it. Loringer very calm, collected, and does it. And so they're down to their final out. It's Joe Watkins, who is 0 for 4 this evening. You still have a runner on first. And this is the last hope for the Rhythm. Lucas fires. Right down in there for strike 1. He's taking his lead down at first. Here's the wind and the pitch. And he got the corner on that one. No balls and 2 strikes. And here could be the final one of the game. The crowd wants it. And did he go around? No, they say he held up. They asked for help from the first base umpire, and he said nope. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And there's a drive way back there, and he got it for out number 3. Jimenez stayed with it all the way and snagged it for out number 3. And the Rockabillys have won their 11th in a row at home, 5-2 over Full Count Rhythm. And the big long blow of the game that really was the big insurance run was from Matt Houston with that 340-foot home run over the Blue Monster in the 7th inning. And they are indeed celebrating good times here at Rockabilly Stadium. Fireworks yet to come. And Matt Houston with 2 hits in his 4 trips to the plate, including that big home run, is our player of the game tonight. He did a fabulous job, and that doesn't take anything away from a tremendous pitching job in the first 6 innings that came from Trey Watson, who is the winning pitcher, and Lucas got the save. The losing pitcher is Colton Regan for Full Count Rhythm. The Rockabillys 5 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. Full Count Rhythm 2 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors. The Rockabillys got 3 runs in the 3rd on only 1 hit. They had 3 walks as well as 2 errors in that inning that really set up the 3 runs. They got single runs in the 6th and 7th, and in the 7th was that big blast out of the park by Matt Houston. So the Rockabillys will be going for number 12 tomorrow night here at Rockabillys Stadium, and we'll be back with you here on the Prospect League TV network as well as Worthy Road Studios, and we'll bring you all the action. Our airtime will be 6:50, and then first pitch will be at 7 o'clock. It's been a good one tonight. We've all enjoyed it, and we hope that you have too. And so, on behalf of our entire crew here tonight, and they have done a terrific job all the way around the stadium to bring you tonight's action. Our executive producer of Worthy Road Studios is Paul Schultze, and our director tonight is Christopher Reasons. So until we're with you again tomorrow night, and we have gotten a little dark here, but that's all right. There we go. Until we're with you tomorrow night, this is Steve Beverly saying on this happy night from Rockabillys Stadium, so long from the great hub city of West Tennessee.
The award-winning BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios. Over 1 million views in 2023. We're where you need to advertise. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and join over 4,700 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union University, South Gibson County, USJ, TCA, and Peabody. Multi-camera broadcasts, slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network from Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.